slow, cosmic strands in a quiet flow. Numbers hum through ethers weave, the verse ignites what souls believe. Stars cast light on wealth's soft call. Truth beats deep within.
Blood moon rising, the market's alive, Ethereum's cooking, we're set to survive and thrive. Meme kings flexing, they light up the chat, Pulsechain rockets up, I'm never looking back. Chris Chaos calling, the verse in your ear, live streams jumping, eliminating fear. The verse is live, we're here to slay. Tune in tonight, don't miss this play. From the verse, we rise with the flames. Memecoin kings, we claiming all these games.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to another live stream. Bro, it's been a minute since I went solo and brought a guest on. I'm super duper excited, guys. Long story short, there's a guest that I have. I'm really excited to talk to this man. He has been one of the best callers on top of Pulsechain. He has meme coins. He has altcoins. And I'll be really honest with you, there's not many people I bring on this live stream where I actually learn something. But every time I bring this dude on this live stream, he always gives me some awesome knowledge. So yeah, man, it's going to be really great. Guys, please share this out. Comment 3 friends down below that you think should be in this live stream. We're talking about some really popular projects. So if you're in the same projects, make sure you retweet this on Twitter, because this is the marketing. This is where we get the news out. This is the front line when it comes to the trenches. So I want to welcome to the stage one of my really good friends and one of the guys that have been absolutely crushing it in crypto market, especially Pulsechain. My brother, Zach. What's up, brother? How we doing today?
Doing good, man. Thanks for having me on, Chris. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir, man. So, hey, man, it's been a minute. How's everything going, dude?
It's going really well. As you can see, I'm touching grass right now. I'm outdoors at a rest stop in the middle of Tennessee somewhere. I started driving from Florida up to the northern region, Michigan, to start another job that I do. I'm an auto tech when I'm working in real life, and I get hired for certain contracts. They bring me out, pay for my hotels and stuff, and pay me really well, and I can put that money into crypto. So I'm excited to go do that again.
That's awesome, man. And hey, I will say, like, the best jobs to have are the ones where you travel around and you see a little bit of the US, a little bit of the world, because it really changes how you view life. You know what I'm saying? I know it sounds like some Socrates shit, but long story short, it actually really builds you as a person, man. So hey, I'm glad you're putting in that work. I'm glad you're still in the trenches, man, and all that good stuff.
You know what's cool? Like, I've really found a liking for this whole, like, middle of nowhere Tennessee area. Like, there's the trees and all the woods, and it's just so, like, secluded. It really feels nice, man. And all the people here are super friendly. So I mean, like, it's a place that you never really think of as like a nice, cool place, but it's pretty chill here.
Yeah, man. And I will say one thing. Tennessee is one of my favorite states. Just don't go to Nashville. Well, don't stay in Nashville longer than a week, because you get lost in the sauce real quick. So, yeah, man. So, hey, look, you know, Pulsechain, man, you've been absolutely crushing it. I've been seeing you shilling awesome projects. We got like Pulseum, which I want to talk about a lot. You got some other meme coin plays, man. So I just want to start off with Pulseum, because I think this thing could be one of the biggest ecosystems. I want to hear your perspective, and also want to hear why you're so bullish behind this ecosystem that's coming up on Pulsechain.
For sure. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen, cool, and then I'll basically give like a deep dive into Pulseum. How about that? All right.
Sounds good, my man.
Let's see.
Okay. And guys, while Zach does that, guys, please share this out. Make sure you comment 3 friends down below that you think should be in here. And look, if you're one of those guys in Telegram that likes to network, pop this live stream in the Telegram, because we're going to be talking about one of the most popular projects on Pulsechain. And then we got some altcoins at the end. So guys, feel free to come and show your plays to us. We'll tell you if we like it, but we'll also keep it real if it's absolute trash. So please bring us the good gems. Nothing crazy, no rug pulls, none of that crap. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Let's see. So I'm getting this little pop-up window that says Google Chrome.app bundle would like to record this app's computer screen. It says grant access in the privacy security settings. And
Yeah.
I'm clicking that, and okay, there we go.
Is it working? I'll let you know when I can see it.
Wow.
Hmm.
It's wanting me to quit and reopen my Google Chrome.
What browser are you on for your live stream? Is it Google, Safari,
It's Chrome, yeah.
Chrome?
Yeah. It wants to, should I quit and reopen this and just join right back, or what?
Yeah, go ahead and do that, man. Yeah, give that a try. If not, we can get a little creative with it. But like I said, guys, I'm excited for this live stream, man. Dude, Pulsechain Trenches is where it's at, my man. I'm telling you right now, I've been seeing so many great coins, especially Liberty Swap. I heard they had like that new Solana bridge coming over to Pulsechain. So my prediction, I'll put this out here while Zach gets situated. I really do think when you see Pulsechain go absolutely crazy and you're seeing all the pump tire stuff pop off, we might actually get to see a lot of the Solana degens coming on. You know what I'm saying? Just is what it is. But yeah, let's check this out. Mark, it's good to see you, my man. Tom and Hexa. Shout out to the Hexa army. Hexa will make you a Hex Maxi. I can't believe I'm saying that. I've beef with the Hex Maxis. I went back and forth with them over PDI and all that stuff. But Hexa might be the coin that turns me into your favorite Hex Maxi. So yeah, shout out to the Hexa army, man. Good to see Goo God. Goo God in the chat. What's up? Less banking. God, man, I love less banking. Twitter has been absolutely awesome.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. You loud and clear. We're able to.
All right, can you hear me as well? I can kind of hear you.
Yeah. Check.
There you
1,
are.
2.
Perfect.
All right.
Let me see if I can share my screen now.
Try one more time. Good stuff. So while that pops up, shout out to Less Banking. All right, we got Zach's screen. I'll share in a sec, but just to say, guys, shout out to Less Banking. Awesome dude. Please follow him on Twitter because he shills hard and has always got the gems, man. All right, Zach, got it popped up. Ready to rock and roll.
Okay, so just give me 1 second here. All right, boom.
Yes, sir. Got some Toms in the chat.
All right, so basically, Pulseum is only 4 weeks old. Okay, the dev has been building on Pulsechain since the very beginning. He started with PRS, which started from basically nothing and ran all the way up to 6 million market cap. And it did take a while, right? It started as a grassroots project, and it kind of flourished until until the launch of PTGC, right? And then that really took off because PTGC was basically an iteration off of PRS and a combination of like Atropa liquidity webs and all these other things. It took a lot of the attention, and the project kind of just diminished a little bit after that. But the dev always stood by it, and basically what he did was migrated the community that was still left over, which was not many people, and created this whole new ecosystem, which basically took a lot of the great things that he had implemented in PRS and fused them together with all types of different things that we've learned since the beginning of being on Pulsechain, right? So basically, Pulseum is an ecosystem that's built around a first of its kind, non-custodial, layered liquid staking protocol, right? If you're not familiar with the term non-custodial, this is an important phrase that means that Pulseum never has control of your crypto assets. Okay, so unlike typical liquidity farms where you give up custody to the protocol and they hold the tokens for you while you're staked, Pulseum was built with the end user's safety in mind. And the staking contract, it only does a simple LP token balance verification to ensure that the wallet receives the proper amount of rewards. Okay, so the Pulseum ecosystem is basically built on top of each core asset of Pulsechain, right? So that's PLS, PulseX, Hex, and Ink, right? So there's 4 tokens that make up the Pulseum ecosystem. Those are PSM, Blitz, Hexa, and IRS, right? IRS is the reward token that you receive for staking your liquidity with Pulseum, all right? While you get to keep custody of those LP tokens, right? So those LP tokens always stay in your wallet. IRS stands for Ink Reward Service, okay? This is the heart of Pulseum, basically, the center of all the action. IRS is basically special in terms of farm reward tokens because you're earning the IRS from the farm. You're also earning ink, which comes as a bonus reward, basically just for holding the IRS in your wallet or in LP. And then this gives basically liquidity providers more of a reason to hold the rewards that they're earning, right? So typically, farm reward tokens get dumped forever. That basically is because they're just an incentive for providing your liquidity. There's no reason to hold it really. So basically, this allows this farm reward to have an added value to give people a reason to hold it, liquidity to provide, and you can kind of basically create a looping system with this farm token. So each token in the ecosystem serves two purposes, right? First, it's the ability to provide liquidity and earn the IRS. And then second is to provide holders and liquidity providers with core coins as bonus for supporting the ecosystem and holding long term. Basically creating a community of holders instead of pump chasers and things like that, right? This is kind of more long-term mindset. And so basically we can take a look at the token pages here on the Pulsechain.com website. I'll go through those now. So each one will basically show you how many rewards have gone out, how much of the token has been burned, things of that nature. So we'll just pull up one just to give you an idea of what that looks like here. So the stats here, it'll show you like where the market cap's at, the rewards distributed. So right now for Pulseum, it's distributed already 723 million Pulse, right? Valued at $37,000 right now. I mean, I don't really have to say how important this is, but that amount of PLS at this low price of PLS is a whole lot of money basically later on. And a lot of these rewards came from basically like the first 2 weeks, right? Like I said, Pulseum was just launched 4 weeks ago. A lot of this volume and rewards came from the first 2 weeks when it was really hype. And obviously there's a cool down period, people sell and other things happen. Obviously Pump Tires is getting a lot of attention right now, but this is just to show that when there is some attention and volume and trading and going on, that this can be a very, very highly rewarding ecosystem, even if you're just a holder, right? You don't really have to be a liquidity provider to see those benefits there. Okay. So basically PSM will reward holders and liquidity providers with Pulse. The Blitz token rewards people with PulseX, right? Hexa, obviously Hex, and IRS with Ink. The website includes a detailed rewards tracker, so we can go click on that and see. This sometimes takes a little bit to pull up. It's indexing all the transactions from the blockchain, and basically it has like a database that it pulls from and keeps basically your previous rewards history and all that stuff tracked well. There's a farms page, obviously. We'll show you that really quickly. This is where you can see all the different APRs. You can use the calculator and it'll show you if you put in a certain amount, let's say $1,000 for, if you want to look at per day, what your daily return would be. Basically, you'd be earning $7 per day if you had a $1,000 LP in this farm. And that's not including the the bonus reward, core coin rewards that you get for holding the tokens. Let's see, what else do I need to go over? Like I said, IRS is the heart of the ecosystem, right? So this is due partially to the fact that each token, PSM, Blitz, and Hexa, they're all paired to IRS as well as their respective core tokens. So basically, the developers incentivizing the community to provide liquidity for the IRS token, creating a web designed to enable inter-token trading, arbitrage, which results in more token scarcity because of all the taxes, right? I didn't really go over the taxes yet, but it's a 5% tax, 3%, 3.5% goes to the rewards, right? 1% goes to adding and burning liquidity with core tokens, and 0.5% is used to basically burn all the Pulseum ecosystem tokens from existence. Not only is Pulseum beneficial to its holders, but there's also a great benefit to Pulsechain as a blockchain that most people really haven't considered. Basically, that fact is, we're putting basically core coins in the hands of strong, long-term mindseted holders, right? So we're having these contracts buy up core coins, they distribute them to the Pulseum holders, and that basically secures those Pulse tokens. Basically, any of the Hex, Pulse, or PulseX that goes distributed to our community you can basically know that they're in good hands. They're going to be holding for a while because that's what our community is based on.
Love it. Good stuff, man. Well,
Yes, and I know that was a lot. I'm sorry.
no. You're good, man. You're good. You're good. Hey, this was a phenomenal breakdown. I just wanted to just give you guys a TLDR. Long story short, you have a reflection token for all the Rich Your Heart core coins. That reflection token is designed to be deflationary, build liquidity from whatever the reflection token is to the RH core coin, and to earn a yield payout. And I'll go roughly through a couple of these projects and show you the ratio versus like Hexa versus Hex, Pulseum versus Pulse to really, picture what's going on here. But long story short, when I got into Hexa, I'll put this out here. I've been holding strong. I got over, I think it was 70,000 Hex tokens. And I'm not even a Hex maxi. I used to like make fun of these guys. I beef with them. And I looked at this Zach and I was like, damn, dude, I might have to be a Hex maxi. I might have to live in my mom's basement, grow neck beard, and do all this shit. It is what it is. But long story short, all jokes aside, this is a great token that you can earn payouts in. And in my opinion, I think it's going to be a great play. And the one key piece of this, without getting too technical, is the IRS token, which I faded in the beginning. I'm kind of thinking back, and it wasn't really smart of me to do. The IRS token is the glue between all of these reflection tokens, bringing it together. So in my opinion, it's a great liquidity web, and it's a great way to earn any tokens. Zach, any comments on what I just said before I pull up a chart?
Yeah. So basically, I also want to go over like a little bit more about the IRS token. So some people, when they're liquidity farming, their main concern, right, is my impermanent loss, right? So what if one of the tokens goes up a lot more than the other one, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, you do earn more of one side and you have less of the other. But with the IRS token, basically, if you farm with that one, right, you can pick another ecosystem token, let's say PSM and IRS or Blitz and IRS or Hexa and IRS, right? Those are going to kind of run similarly together, maybe more so than Hex and Hexa or PSM and Pulse, right? So if you're concerned about that, you can kind of hold two of the Pulseum ecosystem tokens and farm those. And then basically you're going to be earning both of those respective core coins, right? So if you're like in Hexa and IRS, you're going to be earning Hex and earning Inc. And then you're also earning the IRS from the farm, right? And then you can create new farms with the core coins that you've earned plus the IRS and stuff like that. It's really, it's complex, but it's like a wonderful magical system that they built. Really.
Yeah, man, I love it. No, I love this ecosystem. I remember when you first told me about it, I was just shocked by how beautifully thought out this was, and it's designed for long-term holders to win. So I got the Hexa chart up here. And I just want to show you guys what I'm talking about, because sometimes it's easier if you just see the picture of what we're talking about when it comes to holding this versus the RH Core token. So when you look at the Hexa chart looks pretty good. It's definitely printing on a higher low, and we're starting to catch a bottom. This is a retest of the bottom. This is just a deviation. Typically, when I see these deviations, they're designed to fake you out. But we're not going to go too deep in this. The main key that I want to get across is what's the ratio of Hexa versus Hex. If I come here and look at the ratio, when it first came out, it did about almost, I would probably put that at about a 10x versus the Hex ratio. So what that means is if you're holding Hexa, you would increase your Hex position by 10x when it first initially came out. Since then, from when it launched, it's sitting at about wait, did I do that math wrong? Was that 100x? I'm sorry, that was 100. No, 1000. No, that was 100x. I'm sorry, I did 100x when it first came out. My bad. And then now we're sitting at about a 29x from when it first came out. Man, my math is all off. I'm sorry, Zach. But
it's all good.
Long story short, if you look at the ratio, it popped up. Now it's starting to consolidate and it's trading sideways versus Hex, which means is if you hold Hexa, you're earning these Hex rewards as a payout. The liquidity versus Hex is building. And when I look at the liquidity ratio, it's about 122,000. The market cap is 225,000. So if Hex does like a 10x, you're going to see that translate into the Hexa chart. So what's that, like 60? If it's 60K, Hex does a 10x, and that'll be 600K. So you would definitely see a massive pop in Hexa across the board. So overall, when I look at this thing is phenomenal for earning RH core tokens. Zach, any thoughts or questions on what I just said?
Yeah, no, definitely. So one thing I want to point out is that Hex has, how many holders does Hex have? Do you know? Like there's,
Like,
is there 50,000 or 20,000, or how many holders do you think there are?
it's more than 100,000. More
Yeah,
than
so
100,000.
more than 100,000 people hold Hex, right? So I'm going to throw a number out there, but I bet under 700 people hold Hexa, right? So why that's important is because Hex is very heavy, right? It's a popular token, right? But there's a lot of people that have been in it for a very long time, right? Hexa is very new, and the liquidity compared to Hex is very low, right? We're tied directly to Hex, right, as the main pair, right? So anytime Hex pumps, right, it's going to pump Hexa with it, right? But if we get people to buy into Hexa, right, as Hex is pumping, it's going to exponentially pump Hexa over Hex, right? Because of the low liquidity environment plus the pump that we're getting from Hex, right? And because of the way that the system was built, right, for people to come in and provide liquidity, stay a long time, right? You can tell by the liquidity that we have now, right? Look at the liquidity market cap, it's like over 50%, right? That's huge. Most tokens are happy with 10%, right? So this means that people are using the protocol because they're in the liquidity pools, they're farming the tokens, and basically it allows new people to come in and get low slippage, so good order execution on their trades, right? Anybody can come in and they're not going to slip the price too high away from them, and basically cause maybe somebody else to be like, oh, like the price went up super high, and I'm going to click sell, blah, blah, blah. That's just not how the system operates, right? So new people can come in, they can get very good slippage rates, and basically it'll drive the price and the ratio of Hexa over Hex exponentially if we get buyers to come in. And I think that all we need right now is just basically the community and more people to notice what's going on, to appreciate Pulseum for what it is. I mean, some of the protocols on Pulsechain have done super, super well. I'm very, very proud of them. I think Pulseum is another one that could do just as well as all those big ones that we have. It's a non-custodial protocol. I mean, this dev is all about people's safety. I mean, he's been around forever and has really, really put his own blood, sweat, and tears into these projects. And I really just see that it's going to be really easy to pump versus these core coins when buys start rolling in, for sure.
Yeah, man. Love the analysis, dude. And like I said, I like Hexa, but I'm bullish on Pulseum. I'm bullish on the Blitz token. I'm also bullish on the IRS token. So it doesn't matter which one you're in because the ecosystem's together. And I would just pick one and go with it. This isn't a competition between which one's their best reflection token. This is a group of tokens working together as a whole. So like I said, I love this ecosystem. I'm backing up the truck. This is one of my picks. Like I told you guys in my Telegram group, I got a list of 6 to 8 coins that I'm coming out with that I'm going to be shilling so effing hard during altcoin season. Hexa is 100% on that list. I'm backing up the truck, and I absolutely love this project. So before we get into the Memecoin, degeneracy, and all the stuff that you guys like, Zach, any last thoughts on the Pulseum ecosystem as a whole?
I just have it's a great protocol that it works for everybody. I mean, there's really great opportunities because the market caps right now are all close to around 300K market cap. It really doesn't matter which token you like best. If you're really into PulseX, Hex, or Ink, my recommendation would be, if you have money, to split it up between all of them, or you can just choose one because they're all really great low cap opportunities. I mean, a 10x on either of them still puts it at just like a $2 or $3 million market cap, right? Some of these projects, could go to the hundreds of millions of market caps this bull cycle, right? Nobody is on Pulsechain yet. We've just opened the floodgates for Solana with Liberty Swap, and all these other blockchains that are kind of coming to Pulsechain soon. You have no idea what's on other people's minds. This website is absolutely beautiful. So when people are coming They're going to be looking at what to buy, seeing our liquidity, seeing the market cap, seeing that ratio that we have there, and it's going to click in a lot of people's heads that this is going to be something that has a lot of potential.
Love it, man. Love it, man. And just a quick recap: Pulsechain sitting at about $293,000 market cap. Blitz sitting at $247,000 market cap. Hexa at a $219,000 market cap, and then the IRS token sitting at $158,000 market cap. So, like I said, those are your picks. If you guys got any questions, hit us up on Twitter or come down to the Telegram below, and we'll be there to assist you as needed. So, good stuff, my man. All right, let's get through some. We got a lot of comments, so. Tom to the moon. So everyone's spamming Tom in the chat. I think we'll talk about that in a second. So I won't give it away too soon.
Yeah.
Symbio, I'm a keeper of the best L1 in crypto Pulsechain. Yep. Keeper, another meme coin absolutely running. You guys check it out. It is a very small market cap meme coin that was launched on Pump Tires. So please tread carefully. Like I said, this is the trenches. Shout out to my homie Goo God. He said he's got a cook and he's going to be announcing it. So, guys, please get into Goo's Clues and then also check out the Next Layer trading calls because he will be announcing it there. Mark, is that vodka in that bottle? So let me get this straight. You think I'm drinking vodka at 12 o'clock on a Saturday in my massive hydro? Is this a hydro flask? I don't know what it is. But long story short, I got off of Amazon. It could be or could not be, but I don't want to get banned off of YouTube. So it is what it is. David Thompson, these two are the smartest shares on Pulsechain. David Thompson, appreciate you, man. Good stuff. Always good. Let's see what else. Also, I want to give a quick shout out to TEDx. Good to see you, man. It's always good to have you in the stream. Awesome. Cool. All right. So, Zach, let's talk about Tom because everyone's spamming the chat about Tom. So, I saw this project come out. You've been chilling really hard. Gets into the Tom guy that has a big Ethereum ETF. Give us a breakdown what it is and what can we expect on Pulsechain with this project.
Tom Lee, right? So, right. So I honestly have been watching a lot of Sami videos. I guess I don't know if you could tell, but he keeps on saying this guy's name, and like he's gotten so popular on Ethereum because he basically said that Ethereum is the next Bitcoin. He called famously for Bitcoin to go to 100K. I guess that's what he was is well known for in the finance world. But he's basically built one of the largest ETH treasury companies, and they keep buying up Ethereum. They have over 1% now of the total ETH supply, and they're going for 5%. Like how insane is that? Right. Great. So anyways, this guy is like the biggest Ethereum bull, just like Michael Saylor, right? Is Bitcoin. And so I honestly thought that this would be just a great meme coin idea that would basically help connect Ethereum with Pulsechain in a way where like I could make like comedic but like data-driven memes to kind of like drive home facts about Pulsechain and show people like why or how like Ethereum has been basically taken over by corporate interests, and the stable coin industry has been raped basically with the Genius Act. And I think we need to get that kind of message out to people. And I think that this Tom Lee character is going to be a really, really great way to do that because people really love Tom Lee on Ethereum. And if they see a Tom Lee account talking about, how Ethereum is like not the same anymore, and that Pulsechain is this new place that is decentralized, and how, people have the wrong idea about Richard Hart, I think that message may be accepted, at least by some people. Liberty Swap has been super, super supportive. They really want to see it do well. But how it all started, basically, I launched the token on Pump Tires, right? So it is a Pump Tires token, which means that it has completely burned liquidity with Pulse, so it can never be rugged. But the thing is, like, I launched it with my own personal funds. I think I got like 30 or 40% of the supply. But I didn't tell anybody about it, right? So normally, like, people will launch stuff and like, their cabals are in it at the beginning and this and that. And people, like, some of the team members are selling and they're all getting mad at each other and things like that. I didn't want to like have any drama, right? I just wanted to launch it. And if it bonded, it bonded. And if not, then it didn't. But I I launched it. I watched it for a while, and it was like 2 a.m. So I just went to sleep. And I woke up. My brother called me because I told him about it, but he's a Pulsechain maxi. He doesn't ever degen into anything, so he just like was laughing at me like I'm an idiot, and for doing that. And he called me in the morning. He's like, "Hey, like your token's almost bonded," and I'm like, "No way, that's insane!" Like, so I went and looked at it, and it was so close. Like, I think I had to put like 20 or 30 more million pulse into it, and I just like I top blasted it and made it bond myself. But I was so excited after that. Like I hit you up, I hit up a few other people. I'm like, hey, go check out Tom Lee or whatever. And yeah, I made a bond, and random people started coming into the Telegram chat, like people I've never heard of before. I mean, I've got a pretty good account on X, but I'm just not that deep into like the meme coin spaces, I guess. Like I was really just deep into PDI at the beginning and the whole conspiracy lore, and then deep into Atropa and all these things, and just really focused on that stuff and built my following based around that. So when I launched this meme token, I put the Telegram link on Pump Tires. So I had people coming in when it was on Pump Tires, and just all these random people, new people I've never seen before. And this community that I built so far, it's small, right? The token is only like 70K market cap or something. But these guys they're down for my mission basically, right? So the mission for Tom is like not to be some type of like hype, like pump and dump token, like a lot of this Pump Tires are, right? I watched a lot of the tokens get launched right around the same time as mine. Some of the ones that bonded, I mean, they're lower market cap than mine are, and they went up to 400K market cap the first day. But anyways, that I wanted to basically build something that was sustainable. With the supply that I had control of, I was able to do burns and things like that and show people that I was, going to act in a benevolent manner. And then I started to learn about this new V4 treasury minting ecosystem that I want to talk to you a little bit about, that the Atropa developer has created, basically. It's basically like a little bit of a derivatives kind of market where you burn the parent token. So it'll be like Tom in this case. You burn the Tom and you mint a secondary token. And it starts off, there's like a bonding curve sort of how it progresses, because when you start, you burn 1 for 1, and then the next mint is 2 for 1. So you got to burn 2 Tom to mint one of the new one. Then the next is 3 to 1, and then the next is 4 to 1, and so on and so forth, right? So you got to, over time, you burn more of the token to receive 1, right? And then after you have that, there'll be like another one, and you kind of do the same thing, and you keep people coming in to this basically like a spine, right, down this row, burning and minting into the spine, basically showing acts of benevolence on the blockchain, getting people to follow me and make those same acts of benevolence, right? And at the end, you're basically going to be able to trade that token that you have at the end and basically get more of the Tom token than you burned, right? So it's going to be a looping system that's going to reward you for actually being benevolent, right? So you're going to end up with more tokens than you had because of how the ratio is going to work.
Yeah, Zach. So let's break that down. That was a lot of information, and that's actually pretty big. This is why I love having you on live stream, because you always bring something new. I'm just like, holy smoke, especially Tropa. So you said there's a new V4, like a Tropa ecosystem. Are you talking about like V4 liquidity, or like V4 built on top of that liquidity web that he initially built around a Tropa?
So it's basically like a deeper ecosystem, and the V1, V2, V3, V4 that they have is the different like minting styles of these contracts that they set up. So I think the first one was like the Fed minter. It was like the FDIC and Fed token or something like that. And I may be wrong in some of this stuff, so don't quote me on all of this.
Right.
And then the V2 one was like a different style of minting. Like, I'm not exactly familiar. Coexistence Stephen has done a bunch of great videos on this stuff, so if people are really interested in this stuff, I really highly recommend you watch his stuff. But yeah, the different versions, right, of these minters are just different styles of the minting. Some of them are like you can mint other people's tokens and stuff like that on this V3 one, but the V4 one is like a personal minter where it's more safe and secured, and basically it's made to like, protect the parent token, make it more scarce, and then give a way to reward the people that are benevolent burning the token from the beginning.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, yeah. So basically, the best way to really think about this, it's kind of like a derivatives market on top of the Tom token is what you're creating. You think that's a fair assessment?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So, I mean, I think that's awesome. I think based off the things you told me about, supply control, you got a great narrative with Tom and the ETH maxis. 'Cause keep in mind, I know everybody on Pulsechain likes to bash ETH, but we need Ethereum to do really well. The higher Ethereum goes, the better Pulsechain will do. It's that simple. So,
Mhm.
like I said, I really like this project. I'm gonna bring up the chart, do some TA because that's my specialty. I love
Yes,
doing
yes.
TA on these charts. So long story short, this is a 60K market cap. When you have something below 100K market cap, when it comes to doing TA, you got to keep it very broad and general. It's either you believe in this project or you don't. Full disclosure, I am in this project, just so you guys are aware. Um, One thing that I'm starting to see, and I'm on the 4-hour chart, we do have a trend line. And what I noticed with these meme coins is these trend lines do really, really well. It came down, touched it once, twice, three, four touches. That validates this trend line coming up. The real question is, when do we get that pop coming in? So overall, the chart definitely is bottom out. It's printing higher lows as we speak. And the fact that it's sub 100K, man, these are the types of projects where you can definitely hit it big. And like I said, everyone knows my story with PTGC when I bought in at 37K and now it's sitting at hundreds of millions. You never know. It could be Tom be the next one. It could be Hexa. It could be Pulsium. So these are the types of play. These are the types of coins that you need to position accordingly, but also keep in mind, keep yourself risk adverse. So yeah, man, overall chart looks good. Zach, any thoughts on the chart or
Yeah,
anything?
honestly, I love the chart. I've been really paying attention to it and watching like the holders, the sentiment inside the community, right, is a great one, honestly. And I've never seen like such strong early holders. Basically, a lot of these pump tires tokens, they'll dump to hell when they first get launched. But really, this one has kind of kept a good, strong floor. I think probably because I had such strong supply control, but also I've kind of sent this message into the group, and if you actually join the Telegram channel, you'll see the welcome message, right? It's a long welcome message. It kind of invites you to the group, and it gives you an idea of what we're doing, right? We are, this is not like some hype, like thing basically that I'm trying to build. I'm trying to build something that's like sustainable, long term. It'll stair step its way to the sky, and people will respect the chart because it's basically the strongholders are gonna be represented and shown inside that chart, right? I'm not going to be promoting like buy Tom, buy Tom, buy Tom all the time, right? I'm going to be doing it like I'm going to be showing Ethereum people Pulsechain. I'm going to be building the Tom account and getting a lot of Pulsechain people to be following the account. They're going to notice Tom, recognize Tom. Tom's going to be everywhere, and the token is going to basically have value because that Tom account is doing fucking great work, right? And I have some really cool stuff coming for Tom. I'm making a promo video for Pulsechain actually, and I'm going to be putting up my own funds for it. It's probably going to be, and I don't want to toot my own horn, but like this is going to be the best promo video for Pulsechain and for Liberty Swap that anybody has ever seen. I came up with this idea in my head for this video I have. Like it's going to be like a music video, sort of like 4-minute long, and I have the whole storyline out in my head. I'm not gonna spoil it at all, but it's going to be insane, and everybody's going to love it.
Yeah, man, absolutely love it, man. And to me, it basically seems like you're building a brand. And in this type of cycle, I've been really preaching this. Back 2 years ago, it was dope to be a degen and say F you to the maxis on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Pulsechain, whatever ecosystem. Now everybody's a degen and there's meme coins popping out left and right. So the two things you want to look for with these types of projects that I personally want is, number one, branding. Are you trying to build a brand? Is there recognition behind it? Stuff like Nike, Adidas. You're starting to see that translate with these meme coins on the blockchain. And then number two, it's going to be like a cult-like community. I'm starting to see the initial phases of a cult-like community being built around Tom, and that's the stuff that I like, and that's the stuff that I look for. So, like I said, this is a great play. It's under 100K, and honestly, these are types of plays that I definitely look for, and I'm excited to see this video come out. You want to add anything to that?
Yeah. So basically, Tom Lee, right? He's in the news almost. I mean, like probably 20 times a day, right? And his company is going to be buying more and more Ethereum, right? And so basically, what I'm doing is like I'm leveraging Tom Lee's popularity and this crypto news cycle, right, to leverage this Tom Lee token and this Tom Lee account. Because the more that people in the news and Sami and everybody are yelling about Tom Lee and how bullish we all are, that just gives me all this more content and all these things that I can talk about and tweet about on X and all these things to get more recognition and things like that. I really just think that it can be very, very sticky, right? So, I mean, buying in at a 60K market cap, I mean, that's a huge opportunity for sure.
Yeah, man. Love it, dude. Love it. Good stuff. And then, oh yeah, and the last thing I want to ask you about before we move on and just open up to anybody who wants to show meme points and stuff. When I was looking at the Liberty Swap account, they were mentioning something about they have a bunch of the Peacock token, and if anybody sends their pump tire tokens and their projects to that wallet, they're going to pair up liquidity. Have you done that with the Tom Lee project at all?
Yeah, so I sent them 5% of the Tom Lee supply. I've been in DMs with Liberty Swap. They seem like pretty good people for sure. They've got a lot of great ideas for the future of Pulsechain. I mean, just a couple of the things they told me about were pretty mind-blowing, honestly. And one of them was just, having people not have to pay gas whenever they're swapping around Pulsechain. That's going to be amazing whenever that's able to be implemented just for swaps all over, But anyways, they're being super, super supportive of Tom because they see like the mission that I'm on, basically, in terms of, slow growth and not trying to get people, too hype. I want to create a group of holders, just like Impulsium, right? That's the type of holder that I am. I'm a long-term mindset kind of guy. I like to hold stuff and see how big it can get, right? So basically, they see me doing that. They're going to be long-term supporters of Tom, but basically, they're not going to pair everything up. If somebody just sends them tokens, they're not going to automatically just pair it with Peacock, right? So I don't think they want people to get that idea, but they are going to hold those tokens in a treasury, right? And at some point, they could add the liquidity with Peacock. They want to focus on, and I think this is a kind of a good idea, but tokens that got sent to them that the community kind of just like left, like everybody's gone and the chart is basically dead. They want to add that liquidity to Peacock, right? And give like people a second chance to kind of come into that token that's dead and build into that, So I thought that was a pretty cool idea. To kind of just, because basically when people just leave those tokens and it's burned liquidity to Pulse and people move on to new things, it's like those are dead liquidity pools and it's just kind of like a waste. It's just like a sitting dead burned pool, but it could be built upon, and that would just burn more PulseX and do all these things. So I think that idea is good. But what they're going to do is they're going to wait. They're going to find the strong communities, so like Tom, I'm sure they're going to add Tom to liquidity with Peacock. Because they're going to see the community is going to grow and be strong and, have this long-term vision, right? Like they have for Peacock. They don't want Peacock to be some kind of pump and dump. They want Peacock to represent Pulsechain forever. That's the whole idea.
Yeah. Well, here's my thoughts on this. And I meant to put this out. I've been so busy because we got hit with a hurricane in my area. But when it comes to like the stuff with Peacock, a lot of people were asking me about like, why do you think they keep shilling all these pump tire tokens? Why do they keep going back and forth, yada, yada, yada. And here's my response to that. Pump tires is basically pump fun on Pulsechain, but you have a better chance of playing the trenches. Pump fun absolutely has insiders, cabal, all that sketchy shit. So the reason why I like pump tires so much is because you can go on, make your own token. Not every single one's going to come to fruition, but keep in mind that's with V1 liquidity. V1 liquidity takes all the fees, burns PulseX. When you got the Peacock token paired up to all these other tokens that were launched on pump tires, and then you get like 100x pump from Pulsechain, you're going to see those arbitrage opportunities go across the blockchain. You're going to see a lot of those fees generated from those V1 pools, and it's going to burn the PulseX token. And Zach, check this out. I'm going to even take it a step further. Blitz has a massive LP with the PulseX token. Blitz is extremely deflationary. So when you see PulseX absolutely rip from that deflationary pressure, you're going to see the Blitz token rip. And if the Blitz token rips, then you're going to get a massive PulseX payout. So what I see the vision with Peacock, it's very difficult to really bring it all together because we haven't seen a massive pump on Pulsechain. But when that pump hits, not only will you see Peacock rip, you're going to see all these little small meme coin communities rip. You're going to see PulseX burn like crazy, and then you're going to see the Blitz token run, and it's going to be absolutely fantastical. Zach, any thoughts or opinions about what I just said?
Yeah, no, I think you're exactly right. I mean, we're in a prime place right now, and I mean, this is just the moment that you will never forget in your whole lifetime. The moment right before the big pump, right? So, I'm excited, and I'm glad that I've had the time off work to put the work into this new Tom token and to get the word out about Pulsium, because I mean, Pulsium is just another thing that's going to be burning its own tokens, creating scarcity, and adding and burning core coins into liquidity, taking them off the market, putting them into liquidity pools. You know, burned can never be taken out or rugged. That's just beneficial for Pulsechain in general. Pump dot tires is just a burning machine, right? That's exactly why Liberty Swap has been doing what they're doing. I'm guessing, and I haven't really asked them that, but it's clear to me that it's only going to be beneficial to the chain in general, to promote these things, right, and to get people degenning, because that's what people are doing on other chains. They want to see that stuff replicated over here, because instead of, you know, a company like Pump Fund taking the money and selling the soul and putting it in their bank account, all that money generated from Pump Fund is literally going to go into just burning Pulse on the blockchain. Like, it's incredible, really.
Love it, man.
I'm all for it, and I'm fucking super glad we're on such a great blockchain, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And all I gotta say is, you guys have the keys to success. If you're viewing this live stream, you've probably been around for a minute. This is an ultra degen live stream. Normies haven't really come in yet hardcore. So literally the only thing that's stopping you is yourself. So please, I mean this. I'm going to say this. Look at me right here. Do not fuck this up, please. So it is what it is. All right. Good stuff,
Chris,
man.
I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna come in on my phone. My computer's about to die, so I'm just gonna jump in on my cell phone so we can continue.
Okay, yeah, man. Awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. So while that comes in, I'm gonna go through a couple comments and all that good stuff. So let's see what else we got here. I got a couple other ones. Shout out to Mark, Tom. The artwork is amazing. I agree 1000%. Good stuff. Duality C, what's up, my brother? Good to see you. Hello. Got the little alien in the chat. Love the aliens. All that good stuff. Awesome. Let's see what else we got here. Fishing with Camo Joe. OG. Here we go. Let me remove this one. Good to go. Can you hear me?
Hey,
awesome. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can hear you. All right. Well, we'll get this wrapped up. We got about 10 more minutes left, and then I'm gonna send Zach on his way. I know he's got a trip, and I don't want to hold him up too much. But like I said, guys, if you got any plays you want to throw in, now's the time to do it. Quick shout out to Fishing with Camel Joe, King, Enki, OG Teddy Bear. Yes, sir. Yeah, I love the OG Teddy Bear. Zach, you still like the OG Teddy Bear built on Tropa?
I love it, man. I love it. I got back into Teddy Bear when it was at like Jesus, the ratio versus PDI was atrocious. It was like bottomed isn't even a word for it. I don't know what to call it, but I got in right then. And yeah, I love Teddy Bear. I've loved Teddy Bear since the beginning, right? But it's just, honestly, I didn't love the Moon King, so I never really I didn't stay in Teddy Bear very long. And I bought back when he was gone for sure. So I'm ready to pump Teddy Bear to the moon for sure.
Yes, sir. Shout out to the Teddy Bear OGs, man. Good stuff. We got Ling Ling, PSM, BLTZ, IRS, and Hexa. I agree, my man. All of those are extremely bullish. Symbio says he's looking forward to the video creation, Zach. So awesome. Definitely take a look out for that. Good stuff. All right, guys. Well, I'll go ahead and show one of my favorite tokens that I've been talking a little bit about on X, and I'm about to go on a full marketing plan with this one. This is one of my top picks that I absolutely love on Pulsechain. And the name of this project is Alamo. So as you guys know, Alamo, it builds liquidity. It has an auto LP with the Alamo token versus Wrap Pulse, and then also Alamo versus TFC. It's sitting at a $1 million market cap. A majority of the supply is owned by the TFC devs. They have supply control. We absolutely ripped in the beginning. It did something like a 500x, a little bit of a correction. And one thing that I'm seeing on this chart, man, is we got a beautiful rounded bottom. Let me remove this line real quick. It's starting to form an inverse head and shoulders, and there's a good chance that this could be a potential bottom. So I do think Alamo is going to be a great project coming into altcoin season. Been in this thing day one, and just like Colonel Travis, I am not leaving the Alamo. Let's freaking go. Zach, any thoughts and opinions on the Alamo project?
Yeah, no, I've seen it. I know the TFC project was super popular. It had a crazy run up, and obviously a retrace is necessary for those types of run ups. I mean, but probably a good bottom. I'm really not familiar with it though too much.
Yeah, absolutely. And just want to give a quick shout out to the TFC crew, man. That project caught a lot of everybody by surprise, and that's the one thing I love about Pulsechain. Like, you had like the Atropa, then you had the TFC, then you had the Hexa, the PSM. There's always some sort of crazy blockchain fuckery pop up, and I absolutely love it, man. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, honestly, like it was just quiet. It was a sleeper, I guess. And then you guys started talking about it so much, I was like, oh my god, it's like it seems insane to even get into it. So I just watched it and watched it and watched it and just still watching it, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Awesome, man. Well, good stuff. That was that was the other shout out I just want to say with Almo. Last question before we wrap this thing up. We got about 10 more minutes. Zach, I wanted to ask you about the Atropa PDI ecosystem. Is there any like alpha or anything that you can give us? Are you still in it? Like, what's your overall thoughts of what's going on in that sector of Pulsechain?
Yeah, for sure. The cool thing about that ecosystem right now, especially with PDI, is going to be what I was talking to you about earlier with Tom, right? So they're doing um, this burning and minting V4 treasury ecosystem for PDI, right? And the whole point is to basically peg PDI, right? That's the whole point. Um, it's like Ichidai. I think that's what it's called. That's like one of the derivatives. It's called Ichidai, and then there's another one. But there's actually a community that's doing this, right? And I really want to give a shout out to Mindfulness, right? Mindfulness. I think she runs the at Atropa PLS Twitter page, and they're basically doing a lot of work with Maria in terms of like these, V1, V2, V3, V4 systems. And I know that the Ichidai, treasury ecosystem is basically one of the first ones and built for PDI to basically help it peg.
That's pretty crazy. Awesome. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, man. I think that's something to keep an eye on. And I remember that massive photo event, and then it got washed away, and everybody's just being degens now. So the one thing I will say about the Tropa and PDI ecosystem, I don't think it can be truly destroyed like a lot of these guys are saying. I think it's going to be here to stay for a very long time. And when Pulsechain starts to rip, you're going to see a lot of liquidity enter. That's just my own opinion.
Are
So,
you've been seeing like Richard Hart's latest memes, right? Like train running into the Butt Mountain.
yeah, that had to do with like pegging, right?
Yeah, of course. Like if you type in pegging on Giphy or whatever, that GIF website, if you just type in pegging, that's the first GIF that comes up.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I think I saw that on Twitter. I was looking at that. I was like, damn, that's nuts. I
Yeah,
mean,
bro. And like literally like it was down so much. Richard called it dead. And look how much it's up right now. Like how can you like people are saying like, oh, it's a coincidence and Sami's just buying it up and all this other stuff. Like it's just ridiculous. So the things that people are saying, it's all cope. But I really just think that this PDI has been a plan from the very beginning, and that the extractor is not an extractor. They're just a PDI pioneer, like Sami says, and that this is all just going down on a secret Arbitrum layer 2. Richard's going to basically put his money into this layer 2. It can never come out. It can only go in, and then there's going to be basically like a derivatives market off of these OA bags, encapsulated stakes, basically these shares of the stakes and OA bags. Basically, it's gonna be. I don't know all about it, but I've been trying to learn bits and pieces about it, and it's crazy. If you've seen the video from Richard from 4 years ago, talking about it to people on stage, and you kind of think about what's going on right now, it just like it literally clicks in your head.
yeah. No, I know what you mean, man. And the one thing I will say about this theory that everybody should look out for, I can't remember the EIP upgrade. There's been so many of them, but there's one where it allows for the creation of layer 2 chains. If Pulsechain gets that and we get that EIP upgrade and gets announced, that's something to look out for when it comes to this theory. That means there's going to be a big move coming, but as of right now, we haven't had that come to fruition. So just something to keep your eye on. So, all right, guys. Well, great live stream. We're coming at 55 minutes. I don't want to keep Zach too long because I know he's got he's on the road right now. So like I said, guys, please check out my boy, Zach. Zach, what's your Twitter handle?
It's at Zach Crypto, ZACHRYPTO.
Awesome. Also, guys, please check out the Tom Lee project. Shout out to the Pulsechain ecosystem. And last but not least, shout out to Alamo. Colonel Travis in here, baby. Let's freaking go. Zach, any last thoughts before we wrap up this live stream?
I just want to say thanks for having me on, Chris. And I want everybody to, take a look at Tom, take a look at Pulsechain. Two very good, strong, long-term projects that are not going to disappear. I'm really going to put my heart and soul into these things and try to onboard as many people into Pulsechain as I humanly can by myself using this Tom Lee account. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really excited for it.
Yes, sir. Good stuff, man. And guys, last but not least, if you like meme coins and you're slightly autistic, follow me at Verse369. See you guys in the next one. Peace out, y'all.
See ya.
Cosmic tides and chaos rise. Numerology where blood moon lies. The verse steps out, a dragon's might. Zodiac hums, we fit with pure light. Crystal storm in a teacup.